everyone. If you're new to my channel, I'm Gail, real life and keto. I am here to say today, November 12th, 2016 is my 10-month keto anniversary. And I also had a nice whoosh this morning, at least what I call a whoosh. I lost over 2 pounds like overnight, literally overnight. And thrilled, absolutely thrilled. If you're new to my channel, I started the ketogenic way of life on January 12th, 2016, obviously 10 months ago. My start weight was 255.8. I am about 5'7.5". Started out at my top height 5'9". Somehow I lost an inch and was down to 5'8". Now I've lost another half an inch. But I will be 50 years old in just a little over a month. December 16th is my birthday, and it's on a Friday, and I've already asked for the afternoon off, so I will work with my coworkers in the morning and help them get through lunches, and then I'm starting my weekend to celebrate my 50th birthday. But anyway, that's another story. So, yeah, I had gotten below 200 at the end of July, beginning of August. And then I started doing like this little, up until that point, the weight loss was pretty steady, averaging out about 2+ pounds a week. That was the average. You know, some weeks I wouldn't lose any, some weeks I'd lose more, some, you know, less, whatever. But the average for all of that accumulative time was a little over 2 pounds a week. And then after I got to 200 and got below 200, I don't know if it was a mental mind game or if it was my body readjusting itself from losing as much weight as I had. But it really slowed down. I started doing the keto 2-step. I would lose a pound or two and then I'd gain back a pound, or I'd lose, you know, and it was just that. And literally 2 days ago, I finally got down to 190, and I was thrilled. I was thrilled because to get just below 200 the beginning of August, and here it is the beginning of November, and I finally lost 10 pounds-ish. You know, it was a struggle. In my previous video, I talked about how I fell off the wagon really hard on Halloween, and I actually think that actually, in the big picture, helped me refocus. I have changed my strategy a little bit. I eat a lot of boiled eggs for lunch. I measure everything very strictly. I actually kind of put my meal plan in my MyFitnessPal before I actually eat it. Like, if I know I'm boiling eggs, then that's my lunch, and I'll enter my lunch in the morning while I'm putting in my bulletproof coffee. I'm very specific on my bulletproof coffee. If I measure out, I shoot for, right now my keto coffee is just butter and heavy whipping cream. I ran out of my red palm oil. Matter of fact, I actually had just got it in the mail or UPS or whatever today. I haven't opened it yet, but the box was here when I got home from my parents. So anyway, so my fat content on my keto coffee was like a tablespoon of butter is what I shoot for. 15 grams of butter, Kerrygold butter, and 2 servings of heavy whipping cream, which would be 30 grams of heavy whipping cream. But on my MyFitnessPal, if I put in 33 grams of heavy whipping cream, I put in 33 grams of heavy whipping cream. If I get 17 grams of butter or 12 grams of butter, that's what I put in. I've tried to be really, really strict and then like plan out my day. And I actually changed my MyFitnessPal to different categories. So like, it's my morning coffee is my first category, mid-morning breakfast, and then lunch and dinner and snack. I mean, those are my categories that I fill in. And I've been really strict. I eat a lot of boiled eggs. That's been kind of a go-to, or canned tuna, or, you know, something really, keeping it really simple, and low-carb mayo. Mustard doesn't have anything in it to count for, so like if I make my undeviled eggs, as Chantal calls them, and I'll put a link to her channel down below, I'll eat that, and I've tracked like how many tablespoons of mayo, how much blah blah blah, you know. So I've been really strict. I had we had a girls' night before last, Thursday night. We my coworkers, we met over at one of my other coworkers who just got a new place, and we had wine and pizza, and I had I picked the lowest. I used MyFitnessPal. I scanned the wines that we had as choices, picked the one with the least amount of carbs, and I had tracked that pretty good as what I was having. Then I ate just the pizza toppings, and that was Thursday night. I got up, and that was Thursday morning. I weighed 190. So Thursday night I went out, had the wine and the pizza with the girlfriends, and I had paid attention to what I was eating and tried to allot for extra carbs for the end of the day. And I got on the scales Friday morning, yesterday morning, and I weighed 190.6. And I'm like, that's fine. There was more sodium in the pizza toppings. There's, you know, the wine is an alcohol. It can cause, you know, it really, there's carbs in it, and, you know, so that can affect you. So I was really not unhappy with 190.6. Maggie, shush. Anyway, I've tried to make this video like 4 times. And they keep interrupting me. So anyway, I got on the scales Friday morning, yesterday morning, and it was 190.6. And I'm like, you know, I've been doing those keto 2-step right along. I'm not going to sweat it. And went to work, had a really long day at work yesterday. I didn't get home between work and grocery shopping because we had lunch. We had spaghetti and meatballs, keto and non-keto, at my parents' with my daughter today. That was very nice. I enjoyed it a lot. And I made keto meatballs, I made keto Alfredo sauce, and I made zoodles and zoodles, and I call them soodles, S-O-O-D, because they were the yellow squash or summer squash noodles. And then I made zoodles with the zucchini, and then I made a spaghetti squash. So we had those 3 choices because my daughter she'd had some spaghetti squash before, but she hadn't tried the zoodles yet, or soodles. And then regular spaghetti, and we had a really good time. So back to what I was saying. So I had a really long day. The doctor I was working for is not speedy. His last appointment time was at 3:40, and I checked that last patient out at 5:30. And I had to get to the pharmacy before 6, 15 minutes away. So I was hauling butt to get up there in case, like, they didn't have it ready or whatever, you know. And then I had to still buy groceries for today's lunch and come home, and then we made dinner. We had a really late dinner last night, taco dinner. So anyway, last night I get home from all the running around, and just as I was switching out of my work clothes into my warm, cuddly pajamas, I decided to get on the scales. And I did like a double take because I had weighed 190.6 in the morning. I drank like 2 quarts of water in the morning before I left for work. And so I knew I'd hydrated myself at the start of the day. I get on the scales. It says 188.8. And I'm like, what? At the end of the day, I weigh more. I don't weigh less. What's going on? And it was like, this is... And I called my husband, Javi, will you come weigh yourself, please? And he was out grilling taco meat. So he's got on his shoes, he's got on his coat, he's got all this stuff. And he weighs less than me. But he had all this stuff on. And my goal has been to get down to his weight. Because he's always weighed less than me. Because he's 4 inches shorter than me. So he gets on the scales and he weighs, with all this stuff on, because it's cold outside, he weighs 192 something, and I'm looking at the, you know, like, okay, well, apparently the scales aren't broken, and I'm like, you know, so I'm tentative, you know, I don't want to get too excited about this because, what? You know, this is the end of the day. So we had our taco meal, and my tacos are lettuce, tomatoes, onions, cheese, sour cream, and the taco meat. It's like fajita meat. It's skirt steak, grilled and seasoned and cut up, and very yummy. So I had my taco salad. I think I even had a couple of Russell Stover's chocolates, and I think I went over a little bit in my calories. I tried to stay at 1,700, and I was at just under 1,900 calories. But my carbs weren't bad. I only had like 14 net carbs, I should say, 14 or 15 net carbs. I have tried to increase my fiber. I'm really trying to make sure I get plenty of, you know, fiber in my diet because after Halloween, I had quite a bit of gastro disturbances. So anyway, so went to bed. I was pretty tired. By 9 o'clock, I was like, yeah, I'm going to bed. And I watched some YouTube in bed, and my son called, talked to him for a while. And then, you know, it was going on 10 o'clock or 10:30 or whatever, and my husband came to bed and went to sleep. And I got up at 5:27. I don't think you can see me now. Let me turn the light on. So, and you just got to hear me swear. I'll see if I can bleep that out. Oh, the fun of technology when it doesn't work right. But I'm assuming we're still videoing, and yeah. Anyway, so I get up at 5:27 this morning, and I'm going to get ready for the lunch we had today. And I was making keto meatballs. I had over 3.3 pounds of hamburger to make into meatballs for the family, and zoodle up the zoodles and the noodles and this whatever, and all this stuff. But anyway, I get up, and my routine is I get up, I go to the bathroom, I get my coffee started, I go to the bathroom again just to make sure, and I weigh naked. I'm at home. That's what happens. And I got on the scales, and my scales is a little bit funny because what I have to reset it, or it'll keep telling you the same weight you just had. So I have my scale set up so that I can grab the wall and grab the doorknob and get on it. I zero it out, get on it, and then hold myself up so that it goes down to like 160 or something, and it registers that as my weight. Then I step off and I hit it again to zero it back out and walk away, or go to the bathroom again, or whatever, and then get back on the scales and get my accurate weight. So this is a little game me and the scales play. So I get on the scales, and it says 187.8. What? What? So, like, I weighed 4 times, and then I took a picture of it, because I'm like, and I did the routine again, you know, hold myself up, get it to register a much lower weight, and then did it again just to make sure that it was actually registering me. Then my husband wanders out because he had to go to the bathroom, and I made him weigh himself. And he weighed in at 1.6 less than me. And I'm like, I'm like giddy, just giddy, because I'm like, I got out of the 190s. I lost, you know, a good chunk of weight, 2+ pounds overnight, just out of the blue. I just was doing what I was doing, and so I'm super excited. And I think that, you know, by my 1-year anniversary in January on the 12th, if I can be strong through the holidays, I'll reach my goal. And my goal is 170, 175. It really depends on how I feel and how I look when I get there. You know, I've had people ask me if I was in maintenance now, because apparently they think I look fine the way I am. I want to lose some more, just for me, just for me. I want to be as healthy as I can, and I just want to get away from 200 anything. I really, in high school I was 166, 169. I usually didn't hit 170, but I'm older now, and I'm looking forward to turning 50 in a little over a month. December 16th is my birthday. I've already asked for the second half of the day off so I can kick off. It lands on a Friday. I'm going to kick off the weekend and just celebrate my second half of my life. I intend on living to 101, and I've got a better shot now that I'm getting healthier. And that's what made me decide to do this way of life, or to try one more time, one more eating plan, because I was in so much pain. I was so miserable. I was so mentally distressed and physically in pain that wanting to live to 101, but not wanting to live like that for the rest of my life is what made me decide to try. I mean, I did the research. I started out just trying bulletproof coffee to try to get my mornings better, because I hated getting up in the morning. I hated it. I was a night owl. I didn't want to go to bed at night, and then I didn't want to get up in the morning. And now, after this way of eating, it was like a month or so into it, my sleep patterns changed, and I started getting a more circadian rhythm. In the first week or so, when I'd wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I thought I was crazy. I woke up, like, awake, ready to go. I'd had enough sleep. My body was energized. I was ready. And I finally gave into it. I finally said, okay, apparently you want to get up. And then I got into the point where it was just an enjoyable habit to get up, be up, have peace and quiet, not have to get up and instantly start getting ready for work. I have an hour or two of just, I can do whatever I want and not have to think about getting ready for work. So I love that. I love, and I go to bed early. Yes. You know, like I did go to bed. It was 10:30 or 11 last night, but most nights I'm in bed by 8, 8:30, 9 o'clock. I don't necessarily fall asleep right away, but you know, by 9 o'clock I'm ready to go to sleep. And then I'm up at 4:15 every morning. I do set my alarm, but most of the time I wake up before the alarm goes off. Or I've already rolled over and looked at the clock at 3:30 or whatever, and I'm like, oh yeah, I get to get up soon. And I look forward to getting up, so. But this is probably long enough, and I've had technical difficulties, and I've tried like 4 times to make this video, so I apologize for it being so long, but I was just super excited and wanted to share my anniversary and my whoosh and my success, because, you know, last video I was sharing my failure or my learning experience. And so, yeah, I'm super excited about this, and I'm going to try to make some more videos before we go to Indiana for Thanksgiving, and we're going away for 5 days or 4 days or whatever it is. We're leaving Wednesday after work. I work until 5. We're getting on the road, and it's a 6+ hour drive to where his family lives. So it's going to be good. It's going to be a good to spend time with family, and I'm making keto foods, so I plan on staying focused. I'm just really excited. I mean, you know, really feeling good about things moving again, and I know I'm kind of sporadic and spacey on this video. Bear with me. I'm super excited about it. So I have an email address. I'm going to give it to you here. I'll put it down below. And if you have any questions, or you're thinking about doing this way of eating and you would like some advice or whatever, it is GailRealLifeKeto@gmail.com. Just like my YouTube channel, just without the and sign. Decided I'd go ahead and create an email address so I could maintain privacy and still be available to help people. So yeah, email me if you want to. I'm happy to offer advice or suggestions. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a great weekend, and that you're all excited about spending time with family and or friends for Thanksgiving, or even if you just, hopefully you just get to have some time to be good to yourself. Yeah. Keto on, everyone. I'll be back again soon. Thanks.